Welcome to Channel 18 News. I'm Jim Rogers. Early Tuesday morning, the body of Alejandro Cervantes, age 22, a senior student from Nicaragua, was discovered by work crews near Whitley Hall on the campus of Texas A&M University Commerce. Campus police made a preliminary determination that suicide was the cause of his death. However, they continue to investigate. Silver Springs High School will have a special Veterans Day program to honor past and present military. All Hopkins County veterans, current service members, and their spouses are invited to a reception followed by a patriotic program on Friday, November 10th. The reception begins at noon in the Silver Springs High School library. The program will follow at 1 p.m. in the gymnasium with special performances by the Silver Springs High School band and various guests. Parking for the occasion will be provided in the teacher parking lot and the student parking lot as well. The public is invited to honor our current and veteran military members. For more information, contact the high school.
Well, we've turned the calendar page to a brand new month. That means the holidays are getting closer. The Blue Santa campaign has already begun. To tell us about Blue Santa and ways that you can help local children to have a brighter Christmas, Sheriff Lewis Tatum, also Pinky Cooper and Lee Glenn from the Sheriff's Department came in to explain.
We set a goal, like last year it was $30,000, and we liked a little bit last year. We liked just a little bit, but we got a lot of toys, a lot of money, and we did real good last year.
This year's goal has been set for?
Well, we hadn't even discussed that.
Probably the same as last year.
About 30,000 or more if possible. Okay. You can use that for the purchases of new toys, bicycles, things that the kids want, but you don't do clothing?
No.
Okay. Maybe another entity in town does that.
Yeah,
but
Angel Tree does that.
Okay.
So, and then we'll have a goal for bicycles. What was it last year, Miss Pinky?
150.
150.
Oh, so 150 bicycles is probably
we're
We'll have a
donating.
goal for it also.
Well, so law enforcement groups, business leaders, and individuals are helping out.
Yeah. Sulphur Springs Law Enforcement Association.
Okay.
Jay Sanders.
Okay.
They're helping us.
Okay.
They did last year, and they'll help us again this year.
Okay. How do we help?
We'll be at Lowe's parking lot setting up this year. Of course, we got the Blue Santa barrels. Lee's put them out all over. You put new toys in those barrels. We'll be at the Lowe's on December 4th and 5th from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. and everybody can come by and bring a gift or donate what they can or money-wise. And that's our big drive is those 2 days. We'll be selling sandwiches and refreshments there also, but Lowe's has really pitched in hard and heavy this year.
They want to use their big parking lot for the good of Blue Santa, and
Yes.
a trailer or container will be there to put everything in?
Yes, Temples will donate us a trailer, and we try to fill that, and there'll be different businesses and people all day long. And we're going to try to schedule events for both Monday and Tuesday to draw crowds and people drop off toys.
Okay, Monday, Tuesday, December 4th and 5th.
Right.
And so send a check if you can't come down and, bring a toy or
Exactly.
some toys. Send a check by somebody.
A lot of people do that.
How then does all these toys that get collected through the Blue Santa barrels and the 2 days at Lowe's get to the kids?
We'll gather them all up and take them to the First Methodist Church. Then there's a group there that will box them, and all the applications, they'll correspond with those. And with each family, we'll have a box and a number that needs the help. And then they'll be able to pick them up. I believe, Miss Pinky, that they set a date as the 16th, maybe?
Let's see.
In December, there's a certain date that the families will come up and pick up their toys.
Okay.
I don't have that date.
So I think there was over 400 families last year.
Wow, that's what I was going to ask the sheriff. Bring your mic a little bit closer to you there, Sheriff. Okay, so how do we know what the need is out there in the county?
Well, everybody be putting their applications in that can help. That's where you get your applications for this. And, we really don't know till all the applications are in. But we've never turned a child away. We've always, no matter what the date is, if they need toys and we have them, they're going to get the toys. But if they put their applications in, they'll go through the applications, and then they'll have all the age groups and how many in the family, and that's where they stage all the toys there at the Methodist Church and put it all together and pass them out.
Those that volunteer through the Methodist Church are really, really good at doing this.
Yeah, they are.
Definitely.
It's
yes.
kind of a well-oiled machine when it comes to distribution day.
That is something to see. There's a lot of boxes in there.
Do the families who fill out these applications get to say if their child wants a doll or a bicycle, or how is this determined?
Yeah, I'm sure they do, on that application, but it also comes under what we have to distribute.
Right.
Comes under how much how many toys we have to have. During this process and all during the year, we have a group that goes out and buys toys and stores the toys. I think that
Grocery supply stores them for us.
yeah.
Okay.
And the county attorney's office goes out and buys
Yes.
goes out and purchases the toys for us.
So that's what this goal is for, so that you have money on hand.
Yes. We gave the director at the Methodist Church the money that we collected.
Okay.
And so they've been buying toys all summer
Okay.
to do this.
And there are ways to find toys in bulk, let's say, maybe,
They go to
or
Dallas
groups.
to the market.
Wonderful.
Yes, they go over there and buy all summer long.
Okay, buying off-season is always the best. So the barrels, Lee Glenn and some of your helpers put out barrels all over town, like near shopping areas?
It's the different businesses. So in any business now, it's not too late. If you want to participate, we'll bring you a barrel.
Okay.
They're like at different stores and all that.
Okay.
And one thing that I would like to say that we run into every year, like there's families out there that are too proud to ask for help. And each year I've had people that they worked with or, would come tell us that they really need help, but they won't ask. So if anybody out there knows of a family like that, please let us know.
What would be the age of children that would be served? All the way up to...
Up to, I think,
About 12, I think.
Yeah,
right?
till
Okay, 12.
12,
Okay.
yeah.
14.
Okay.
And they do need to have a copy, have their social security number on the application. They just fill it out
Okay.
and give all the kids' ages, names, and everything. And then they go from there.
And these are children that live in Hopkins County?
Yes.
Okay. Well, go to Can Help, and that's is it 613 Gilmer?
Yes, I believe so.
I think so.
I think
Yeah,
so.
we've helped other people than just in Hopkins County. We've helped out in Rains County and Delta County and anybody that needs help. We don't want any child to go without a toys on Christmas.
That is wonderful to know. Blue Santa is a wonderful concept. And yes, we've had it here in Hopkins County for a number of years. I'm really, really pleased that we're going to get to participate this year, and largely in our promotions of the event. But we're going to be at your 2 days at Lowe's if the time is possible.
We're really excited about y'all helping us this year too, and from now on.
It's close to everybody's heart. And everybody says Sulphur Springs and Hopkins County people are the most giving people that you'll ever meet.
I hear that all the time.
Well, we just think is normal, don't we?
That's true.
If you're out shopping, and please do shop local this holiday season. Shop at the merchants here in Sulphur Springs, Hopkins County. That helps the economy for all of us and betters things for all of us. But when you're shopping, pick up an extra toy or two. And think of different age groups that would like a certain item. And put them in those blue Santa barrels. I guess when the barrels get full,
Well, yes, the merchants will call us and we go empty them and put them in a storage waiting
Okay.
for the distributor.
Okay.
But like the banks, outlet mall, the different stores around, there will be barrels.
Okay. You'll start to notice them now. They're blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It says Blue Santa.
With Blue Santa written on the side.
And if people are thinking, well, I don't know what age group to buy for, it doesn't matter. Buy for whatever age group. There's plenty of these toys will go a long ways.
Okay. And things like girls like things to fix their hair with and makeup and maybe little radio type or headset things for boys and girls.
And that's what the money's for. It's like if there's an age group that we're short on gifts, then they'll take the money and go buy that age group.
Okay, that's good to know. So again, for people who want to fill out the application for Blue Santa to serve their children at Christmas, you're going to need an ID. Is that right, Pinky?
Mm-hmm. Social Security numbers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And the ages and what boys or girls, that kind of stuff, so they'll know. And then they process these applications and give them a number, give this family a number, and then on distribution date, they'll drive through the First Methodist Church over there, and all you have to do is show your number, and they'll bring your toys to you.
That makes it very easy. Do you require proof of income or proof that you live?
They want proof of income.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's all on the application. You pick up at Can't Help.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if your family's in need of assistance this Christmas, or if you know someone who is, help is available through Blue Santa. And then conversely, if you want to help the community or children who would not have such a bright Christmas, then there's a way to drop toys that you buy off in the Blue Santa barrels or contact Can Help. Would that be right? Okay.
They could even contact us at the Sheriff's Department. We'll come pick them up.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lee's real good about going picking up stuff.
We go a lot of places and pick up stuff if they can't make it.
And please be at the Lowe's events, December 4th and 5th. It's a Monday and a Tuesday.
We'll have food there, and they'll be selling lunches, and we'll deliver.
Yes.
If lunches they can call in an order.
Okay.
Sulphur Springs PD will be assisting us on that. They'll help deliver, Jay and all them. They're always a big part of this, and they'll help deliver the lunches.
Okay. That's another way that money is raised towards your goal.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
CJ Duffy does the cooking.
Okay.
He cooks the briskets, and they make the sandwiches. You get a sandwich, chips, and a drink.
Okay.
Is it $5?
Yes, I believe it is
Okay.
$5.
Affordable meal there. And it's helping a good cause. What about people picking up their kids after school and bringing them there to make the gesture of giving?
You'd be surprised how many little kids come in, after school, and they love to bring us $1 or $2. It's really funny to see them do that.
And Blue Santa will be there in the afternoons both days.
Okay. Blue Santa himself.
He'll be there himself.
I guess Blue Santa might be in or around the Christmas parade on December 1st.
Yes, he will be. Well, he heard he's going to make it down here for that.
Well, he better just stay because he'll have a whole weekend full of things to do.
He will.
Well, what else can we tell about Blue Santa and the campaign? It's already started.
Well, we started putting barrels out last Monday, so they're all out. So
we just want to make sure that all the kids that have a chance to have something for Christmas. That'd be devastating. Could you imagine a child not having a gift on Christmas morning when all the other ones around him did? That'd be pretty tough.
Many of us, of course, have heard of this, but many of us have never had this happen or known anyone that did.
Right.
One year I heard someone say, "I'd like to help a family at Christmas, but I don't know anybody in need."
Yeah.
But there is people in
Definitely.
need. And can help direct that way. Yes. Well, thank you very much for coming in this morning.
Here's Don Julian with a story from the Theater Arts Department at Silver Springs High School regarding a presentation they will be making this weekend, and he follows that with sports.
First, I have a news story. The Sulphur Springs High School Drama Department is staging its annual fall musical this weekend at the high school auditorium. I talked about the production with high school director of theater arts, Lachey Woodard.
We have our annual fall musical coming up. It's the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. People have confused it and thought we were having a spelling bee, so I'm trying to be real clear. It's a musical comedy, definitely not a spelling bee, but yes, that's this weekend. We're performing Thursday night at 7, Saturday night at 7, and Sunday at 2.
Oh, okay. Tickets still available?
Yes, we have tickets available. They're $10 a piece, and they're available at the door from any cast or crew member.
Oh, okay. Tell us about this one.
This is a pretty new musical. It just came out in the last few years, and it's very funny. It's about a group of middle school kids participating in a spelling bee, and it's just the spelling bee from beginning to end, and you kind of get a little flashback into a bunch of their life moments and kind of how they got there, and get to see these quirky kids competing. It's really funny, and we've got a great group of kids this year performing. So.
You've been working on it probably from the first day of school? Or?
Yes, we actually cast it at the end of the year last year, so they knew what parts they would have coming into this year, and then we started pretty soon after school started. Mm-hmm. That's why our dates are a little earlier this year than they usually are. Everything on the school calendar's kind of moved up, so we moved up our production as well.
This is a big production, isn't it? A lot of people involved?
Yes, this is usually our biggest production of the year. With the most people involved, but actually we kind of did a smaller musical this year than we usually do because of a bunch of different things, but it's a little smaller than we usually do. We have about 10 major cast members and just a few chorus members, so it's kind of been interesting and fun to do a little something different with the musical like that.
Any adult cameos in this one?
Well, our beloved superintendent was actually going to be Jesus in it, but he has hurt his back.
Oh, my goodness.
And so we've had to kind of plan around that. But one of the fun things about this show is we actually have audience volunteers this year.
Oh, my goodness.
And so each night we call up 4 just random people from the audience, and they just have to participate in the spelling bee. They don't know what words they're going to get or, how it's going to go, and they just kind of have to go with the flow. But we do have we've asked some people to volunteer for us, and like Mr. Driver's going to be in it, and some other administrators and students throughout the high school that aren't normally involved in theater, so we're really excited about that.
Now, this is important for you because it's, I believe, kind of a fundraiser that helps the theater department throughout the year.
Yes, this is our main fundraiser for the year. We like to do a musical or a big production with lots of students in it in the fall every year, and we pretty much fund that through this production every year. And it also gives us a little cushion on our one-act money and different other productions that we do during the year. So this is kind of the one production we really try to get people to come out and see and support us. And the kids put a lot into it, so it's a lot of fun.
In sports, the Wildcats football team will continue their late season task of winning games to qualify for the playoffs. It started last week in Mount Pleasant and will resume Friday night against the Greenville Lions at Primm Stadium on senior night. Here's Wildcats football coach Greg Owens at his weekly media gathering Wednesday morning.
Attitude's been good. It's been focused. We've laid it all on the line. Here's what our expectations are, and here's what we have to do. Really last week we started out. It was a playoffs for us last week. Mm-hmm. We have to win all the way out to make that happen. And this week we've got to beat Greenville because we get into a point system now. At this point, by this game, it might change the last week, but we got to win by 8 or more to be in. Now that could change with a loss here at the end, but at this point in this game, so our focus is being making sure we take care of business and taking care of the details, and it's all about details, little bitty things, and that'll make a big difference from maybe blocking an extra point to whatever it is. So focus is being highly on that kind of stuff, making sure it's getting right as well as putting in a game plan. So the kids understand what they have to do and what's going on. Offensively, they're a spread group that likes to throw it around a little bit. They like the fly sweep, jet sweep, whatever you want to call it, cross motion from their slot receivers, do a lot of that. The keys for us really on offensively to stopping their offense is their quarterback, Caleb Jarvis, who's a very good player, great arm, tough competitor. I can't say enough about him. He does a great job of leading and running their offense. And he can throw the football, he can run the football, and he's just a tough guy. And then the next big focus for us is their running back, number 23, the Dunson kid, Christian Dunson. So those two guys are the key. Their offensive line does a very good job. Our old friend Travis Smith, who was at Paris, he is our offensive line coach, does a great job of getting a body on a body. They don't necessarily overpower you all the time by these monsters, but they know who they have. They go and they get on bottom and stay on blocks. And so they do a good job of doing that. So it's a lot of smoke and mirrors. Coach Avery's been talking about all week with all this cross motion here. Everybody's got to be focused, and they've got to read their keys defensively, and we have to tackle well, do those things. They're not a super potent offense that's just going to wow you and run by you. They just do little things right, and they wait for you to slip up, and when you do, they usually make you pay on some kind of play action, turning somebody loose. So everybody's got to read their key, and we have to tackle well and really be focused on those two guys too, or is some main stuff. But everybody's got a job to do. Mm-hmm. Stretch read, I can go through all their offensive stuff, but that it's pretty good. So, and defensively, they run an even front. They're a 4-3. Again, this is like the year of the defensive end. They got a defensive end that's really athletic. A sophomore kid, number 80, Jeremiah Abrego, he's a good player. He can disrupt a lot of stuff. The inside defensive tackle that's giving everybody fits is Jaquan Lyons. He's a senior, 6'1", 315, body inside. So when he decides to go, you better be ready. And so those guys are our main focus up front, offensive line-wise, guys that can get in our face in a hurry. And in the back end, they kind of have a no bend, no break. I mean, last week we get man free, walk up in your face with Mount Pleasant, and here you go. But these guys, they back off a little bit, and they're going to keep everything in front of them. So they're going to try not make mistakes and jump on stuff and keep everything in front and let you make your own mistakes. And then they take advantage of that. So it's been a good job of creating some turnovers, making some opportunities, and stopping people when they had to stop people. I mean, it's a heck of a ball game watching them and Pine Tree play. I mean, it was some good stuff. So these guys, they're war tested. They've got their confidence up. They won a bunch of ball games this year, and so it'll definitely be a challenge for us. And we know they got everything at stake too. I mean, they're sitting there going, "Here we go." Well, one of us right now, we have Pine Tree's ticket punched. We think those guys are probably in no matter what. And so right now it's between one of us to get that final playoff spot.
I know you as a coaching staff, you focus on the point difference that has to happen this week. How much are the players focusing on that?
I don't know. We made them aware of it. We want them to be aware of it. We want them to understand, the seriousness. But we really haven't overemphasized it that much. I mean, it's just do your job. Everybody take care of your business. Everybody do your job. Don't get caught up on that. Just do the little things. We do the little things, and that stuff will take care of itself. But we have to be aware of it. And when we need to go for two or not go for two or take some extra risk if we get in that point in the ball game. But so we are aware of it as coaches, but our main emphasis still has been everybody do their job this week and take care of the football offensively and defensively do a great job of aligning, reading keys, and tackling.
A disappointing by-district loss to Wiley East ended the Lady Cats volleyball team's season Tuesday night at Royce City. Wiley East won 3-0 by scores of 25-12, 25-23, and 25-23. I talked with Lady Cats volleyball coach Justin Manus.
Well, you don't want it to end that way, but I mean sometimes that's how volleyball goes. It's a very up and down sport, and we just didn't bring our best last night. We weren't in sync, and I think that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, you mentioned in the Texas High game they were kind of that way at the first, but kind of came out of it, in that second set, and they did to a certain extent and fought, but just some critical points right down the end on set 2 and 3.
Yeah, we made way too many errors. In that first game at Texas High, we didn't play as well, but we were able to find it, and we just couldn't find it last night in any of the sets.
Okay. Very disappointing, but at the same time, I think the way this team will be remembered will be as district champions.
Oh, most definitely, and that's what I told the girls. I said, I don't want you guys to dwell on that loss. You got to think about the positive things that you did this year. I said in 20 years you're going to look back and go, hey, we were district champs. So, I mean, that's the stuff that they need to remember. They accomplished a lot this year, and I'm extremely proud of them.
Mm-hmm. Anybody kind of stand out that you thought maybe had a pretty good game? Maybe Autumn Tanton, Mika Van Bentham, I thought did pretty well.
Yeah, I thought they did a real good job competing there in the middle. You know, everyone had their fair share of errors. It was just one of those nights. It just wasn't clicking, and you know we had our chances. I thought we had our chances in set 2. We were up 20-17. I thought we were going to win that. I thought if we could get one set underneath our belt, we would relax and be able to play. But it just didn't go that way. Wiley East defense was on point last night. We couldn't put anything down against them, and you know, over the course of the match, it definitely frustrated us.
Yeah, I've never seen a team hit the floor so many times going after balls.
That's the way they had to be in that district that they're in. I mean, they're playing monsters over there in that district with Lovejoy and Highland Park and Forney. I mean, they have to learn to be defensive, or otherwise they wouldn't be able to compete.
You know, one thing you can never say about the Lady Cats, I mean, they played hard all the way. You know, there was no slacking out there.
Oh, they did. They did it all year long. I mean, like I said, it would have been easy to tank starting out 0-2 in district, but they turned it around. We won 11 in a row. And, I mean, that says a lot about who they are and what they've done this year.
The Wildcats golf team played a rare fall golf tournament on Monday, and we learned more from Wildcats golf coach Chris Owens.
We're going to play 2 tournaments this year. We played at Mount Pleasant Country Club on Monday this week. Really thankful for the weather. It was great. Beautiful day to play. A little cool early, but you know that's just, you know, it's the same way in the spring too. It's pretty cool early in the mornings, but it warmed up to be a beautiful afternoon and a good day for golf. We did okay. We've still got a ways to go to get where we need to be, I think, to contend for a district championship and to make the regional tournament, but I thought it was a pretty good start. We scored 323 and got second place. The kids, Colton Bench led us off with a 76. Carter Lewis had a 77, had a pair of 85s out of Andrew Escobar and Kip Childress, and a 90 out of Cameron Morris.
Those are all scores that you hope by the springtime you can, you know, have them drop significantly, I'm sure.
Yes, sir. You know, I look for those guys to improve. They usually do. You know, with practice and work and entering a lot more tournaments. So we're going to play Garden Valley next Tuesday. That'll give us a little more experience also, you know, kind of see where we are. It's a little longer golf course, so that's going to be a challenge. Mount Pleasant course not real long, but a lot of trouble, and it is a challenging golf course, but it's just not long as a lot of the ones that we play, especially when we get to district.
I would imagine these guys are continuing to practice and work on their game and everything, so a tournament kind of breaks up the routine a little bit for them.
It does, and it kind of gives us a gauge, you know, to see where we are. We very rarely play 18. You know, we don't have time before it gets dark, especially when the time change is fixing to hit us here.
Yeah.
But you know, just kind of see where we are in competition.
Thanks for watching Channel 18 News. Have a great evening.
On that, well, double checking means accuracy. Here we go, here's today. Very nice.
All right, so our total donations today are $11,647.66, bringing us to a total of $106,198.06, which is 60% of our goal. Awesome. So we've got 40% of a goal to make up in 8 days.
I am confident.
So,
but it does happen every year.
Yes. So
it does.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you very much for y'all's effort and your hard work. Thank you very, very much. So
thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
So we'll see y'all next Wednesday, Lord willing.